Assessing the QEP is one of the most important things that we do because beyond proposing it, we want to make sure that it's successful. So we build a number of different levels into our assessment of the QEP. We've got 2 institutional assessment goals that we want to accomplish. One of those has to do with expanding opportunities for students to engage in experiential learning. Another is to help support faculty in the development of those courses so that they're high quality. Then we've got 3 student learning outcomes that we want to assess. And one of those is early on in the first semester they're here, we really want to help students understand what experiential learning is and how it might connect to or help them in their particular career pathway that they've initially identified. Going forward, we really want to help students to kind of reflect upon what they're doing in experiential learning as they're taking those experiential learning courses, either undergraduate research or work-based learning courses. So we want them to reflect upon what they're learning, what skills, what other kinds of career competencies they're acquiring in those courses. And then in their kind of senior year, their capstone year, we really want to help them begin to make that transition to what's going to happen after college. So we're really going to be working with them on the development of their resumes, really helping them to kind of see how they can embed the things that they've learned about experiential learning and the skills that they've acquired into their resume. So then finally, even after they graduate, we'll be using some surveys with our alumni to kind of assess how the impact has been with experiential learning in terms of their ability to do a job successfully or go into graduate school.
So UWG faculty are deeply committed to student success and student success specifically through experiential learning. And one of the ways that we've been demonstrating this for quite some time now at the University of West Georgia is through our work on high impact practices, which are often called HIPs. There was something called the HIPS Campus Implementation Committee that was created all the way back in 2015 as part of UWG's involvement in this larger initiative called LEAP, Liberal Education and America's Promise. And that committee has been over the years defining these HIPs at the University of West Georgia, creating criteria by which faculty can submit courses and other experiences to formally receive a HIPS designation. And then it's been tracking how many of these exist, how many students are enrolling. So the QEP, what it will do is build on this existing work for 2 specific HIPs, undergraduate research and work-based learning, which includes internships, but other types of work-based experiences like practicums, for instance. So we're going to really, through the QEP, enhance the visibility of the work being done on campus in those areas, hopefully create new experiences on campus for students in those areas, and also try to connect those kinds of experiential learning more to career readiness competencies, because that's the other central component of this QEP. So in the area of undergraduate research specifically, we know that when students are doing research, they're developing career readiness competencies, things like professionalism, communication, critical thinking, teamwork. But often they're so involved in the actual research that they're not thinking so much about those skills. This QEP is really to help students intentionally recognize the skills they're developing and be able to articulate those to future employers, graduate schools, professional schools.
We really want to make sure that this QEP is successful over time because we want to make sure that what we're doing has an impact on student success, both while they're here, but also in terms of where they go after they graduate from West Georgia. So one of the ways that we're really going to determine if the QEP is successful is, are we seeing, more students kind of arriving at the jobs and careers that they seek and desire? Are they getting into the kinds of graduate programs that they're wanting to get into? But the other ways that we're going to see, I think, the success is, are we expanding opportunities for students to have opportunities to take experiential learning courses, like courses in undergraduate research, courses in work-based learning? If we can expand those opportunities and make them more high quality so that students are not just taking those courses, but we really can measure and assess what they're getting out of them in terms of these are the skills that I'm acquiring. These are helping me to be a better prepared person to go out into the world and enter a career or enter graduate school.